Hello, and as always, a very warm welcome to the Thought for the Week. The date at the top is the 20th of April 2026, and this is the second edition, the second episode on handling information. We're talking about digital literacy and especially using AI. This newsletter comes to you from the grad team, and my name is Ruda Lathman. Welcome. We're well into the academic year. Even those of you who had never met a computer before coming to university know by now that computers and the digital world are an essential, very rich part of this new journey. Use it. Always try and learn more. As you get used to Excel or PowerPoint, watch YouTube videos on how to use it better, how to find the functions, how to make your work better. You will come across AI more and more. This amazing new tool will be part of many newsletters from now on. Let's first understand exactly what it is. Artificial intelligence, AI, simply consists of the computer pulling together enormous amounts of information, more than you and I can even imagine, to find an answer to whatever query or prompt it is presented with. This is how an AI bot can beat a chess master. Interactive maps use AI to find the best route depending on traffic and weather patterns. Computer vision, another form of AI, can be used in self-driving cars and facial recognition. So-called language processing is getting better and better. AI has been trained on every possible form of human communication, from songs and poems to academic treatises, novels, and news articles. It has learned to understand the language we humans speak and to respond as if it were another human being. This makes it very easy to use and often fun. It can feel like a friend. You probably know this already and have used it in some way. You are studying in a time of great change as AI becomes part of our world in the same way computers did 40 years ago, except that it is happening much faster. Universities are struggling to adapt because much of the old ways of teaching and testing are obsolete. The work can now be done in your place by AI. Lecturers are hard pressed to find new ways of teaching and testing. In some American universities, they have returned to the use of handwritten paper based testing. Everything is fluid. I want to implore you, to beg you, to use AI to think more, not less. Your time at university should prepare you for the rest of your life. And that means you have to learn some skills and also some information. Learn it, internalize it, not just be able to find it on your phone. A person who, for example, doesn't know where South Africa sits on the map of the world, or the basics of how our bodies work, or how international organizations like the UN are put together. A person like that is someone who lives a very superficial and quite boring life. Say you start working in a bank. If you understand in your own mind, not having asked Gemini to give you a summary, where banks fit into the financial system of the country, you will not only be a better worker, but you will enjoy your work more because it will have more meaning. Please do not use AI to do as little learning as possible. That will mean wasting your time and your money at university. Use AI to find out more and then to think more. Okay, with that little sermon out of the way, let's get to the practicalities. As you know by now, every AI platform, from Gemini to Notebook LM to ChatGPT or Claude, will start by asking you for a message or a prompt. That means the first skill you need in using this new tool is to write good prompts. The better your prompt, the better the result you will get. So, in the first place, in asking questions, always give context. If you're looking for information on labor law, specify in which country. British and American laws are very different from South African, for example. If you want to know how accounting standards should be applied, add in an international company or in an NGO. So give the context. Then the second point, be aware of your own biases. AI quickly learns what you like, and it will always give you more of that, as I'm sure you have learnt in your music apps. Make a point of asking for information that may contradict your own views. Say, for example, your assignment is on labor law in South Africa. You believe that companies always discriminate against women. If you ask, give examples of discrimination against women, you will get a long list supporting that view. If, however, you ask a more neutral question, like, give examples of rules governing the employment of women, the answer will cover a wider range. So see your own biases, realize where you yourself may have a prejudice. And then, if you want it to write something for you, be clear and specific. Specify who it's going to, what you want included, and the tone. For example, write a formal email to my English professor asking if I can write the test another day. Say, my mother is sick. On a more personal note, you could ask her to write a poem. Once again, be specific. Write me a poem about love that is both sad and hopeful. And if you have a favorite author, you may want to add, in the style of Maya Angelou. And then, of course, don't simply accept the result. Perhaps that email is too formal. Say that in your next prompt. I like the content, but the tone is too formal. Lighten up. AI works with language exactly like we do. Talk to it or tweak it yourself. Your name appears at the bottom, remember, not that of the machine that wrote the draft for you. And this goes specifically for writing study assignments. Remember, it is your name on the document you hand in. Make sure that you are ready to defend, quote unquote, your content, i.e., to explain what you said and why if asked in an oral test, because that is the way that they are going to start testing. They're going to ask random students to come and explain why they wrote what they wrote. Be ready to explain how you used AI, what it gave you, and what you added. Your university probably has guidelines for using AI. Make sure you know what they are. And if that particular lecture or that particular faculty does not allow it, don't use it. The chances of being found out are too high and the penalties too harsh. This is a new ball game. Don't let it make you dumb. Instead, use it to make you smarter. Use it to think more, not less. Next week, we'll talk about AI and learning strategies. In other words, how you can do that, how you can get it to help you to think more, not less. Stay tuned. In the meantime, happy studying from the grad team. And remember, if you like our content, do forward and share.